my name is SimValera and welcome to episode number 7 out of, I don't know, how many do you think they have to be episodes? 10? 20? 50? Tell me in the comments, by the way. But this time it is called Townhouse District. And I gotta say, I'm not sure you're gonna see that many of townhouses this time, because I feel like for this episode we will just make the basement for it, and maybe in the future ones or in the next one we'll actually make some townhouses, because you know, we were just making things for the basic purposes, and because we will also work on so many things this time. Like right now I'm kind of trying to make our area around university more pretty. We can call it campus. And you know, if you watched my previous video, it is called European Campus. You can get lots of new, well, probably new, well, at least my ideas for your own campuses, and so like go ahead and watch it if you haven't. If you did, well done. Maybe I will use some of them here, I don't know, but right now just put some bugs around. It's always nice to have them symmetric. Sometimes it's not. Here it's good, I think it works. And you see we have this blue bugs right there, and I downloaded lots of new trees, basically because I wanted new bugs, and some of them had their own custom made trees, so this way, you know, I got new trees, which I, you know, don't mind, but for now at least I would like to stick to the ones that go with the game already. I don't know, I just maybe because I like them more, maybe like I'm already planning when we will finish this city. Again, I don't know how many episodes it will take. Can you say we go slowly? I don't know. Maybe we just, I don't know how many episodes it will take. But anyway, in the future I'm planning to post it on Steam, because, you know, a lot of work and it's already kind of beautiful, right? And I don't know if it will be good if there will be so much custom content for you to download. But maybe it's inevitable, I don't know. So for now we'll stick with these trees, and we play around with pedestrian paths at the moment. That is in front of university, or maybe it's not its front, in the backyard. I don't know if you can say that this university, this red building over there, has the mainest, the most main one entrance. That was a sentence. Anyway, we will zone some more residential, and because I listened to your advice, your pieces of advice, I not just fill all the squares, all the tiles that we get for zoning, but like 2 or 1 or 3 for the variety. And we surrounded some of our pedestrian paths with trees, and here we will put just some bushes, and again with some interesting shapes, like so we can have different looking gorgeousness of green color. Anyway, some more trees. Here I use a custom one. Don't think that it was that necessary, but I felt like you know, they don't have an icon on the panel menu, so I was like clicking on everything, and like this tree pops up, and like, oh well, let's use you, I don't mind. So I guess we will use plenty of custom content here. Oh well, you know, just oh well, there are a lot to choose. Steam Bookshop. And do you, if you watched episode 6, of course, do you remember this little castle that we got on the outskirts of our suburban area, district, whatever? Well, again, I will not finish it this time. I feel like every episode we will put just some little details for it, but here I made this what are they called? walkways, or like crosswalks. Yes, crosswalks. And so this way it just makes more sense, because sometimes you just connect pedestrian paths to the roads and there are no crosswalks because there are no intersections. Well, I did one, and this way just makes all more sense. Here I was just trying to make a rather beautiful garden, and I thought, well, what tools do we have to make a beautiful garden here? Let's get real. Well, we have bushes and I was trying to put these. We have lots, of course. By lots I mean parks. One lot. And how many do you need? But they will just stick to the road, and they will be squarish, and I don't want that. I want our garden to be beautiful, and our area around this castle like naturally living together and like all naturally connected. So I've put this sign. I don't know if you watched this series, or whatever they call it, Charmed. Anyway, it's from there. Anyway, it's just trees and bushes that come up in some shapes, and we will have probably more of this later, but we just got what we got here. You see, I was trying to put a park just so we didn't have only pedestrian paths and trees. So I was trying to put it in the middle, and so it will all be centric and all lined up beautifully and symmetric and everything. But it just didn't want to send and be there as I want them to be there. So I just ended up going to another side. And by another side I mean the front of our castle. Again, if it does have a front, probably this what can be called the front. Tried this little park again. It was used in my previous video, European campus. Well, it had one entrance to this park, and all around it was surrounded with the fence, so I had to get rid of it. I will put, yet in this episode, yes, I will put another one. It will be beautiful and it will look good there, I can promise you that. And now we move on to this area that inspired me to call this episode Townhouse District. Well, because we gonna have a huge city, it's gonna have different districts and different types of areas. Like, we're gonna have farms, we're gonna have industry of different types, probably some oil, I don't know, probably forests for sure, forest industry. We already have kind of our central business district with high skyscrapers and all these tall buildings, and I felt like, what else do we need? Well, and we also have suburbia, so we need this area that is not like the countryside with the buildings that are not higher than 2 floors, or the buildings like in downtown where there are 10 floors high, but like with 5 or 8 floors, and like it will be kind of in the middle. Right now I just put to our pedestrian path bridge thing, I connected it with the other pedestrian paths. I don't know why, because in this episode I'm not gonna connect it to anything yet again. I don't know in which episode I put it, maybe in 5th one, I don't know, it's just there. Yeah, you see, that's what I was saying, that's what I was telling you about, is that in this episode we will just working on everything, and we'll be fixing different issues in all the types of areas of our city. then, because this district, when it was put, it was kind of in a rush because I needed to put the graveyard or cemetery, whatever you call it. You know, I didn't actually plan things, and now I have to get rid of them and bulldoze some things, and I had to get rid of power lines. Now I had to put them back then, but still we need our graveyards, and so I put the new ones. I will get rid of the old ones, and I put this church right next to them because it makes sense, right? It does make sense to have a church next to the cemetery. They have once, or maybe it wasn't that necessary, I don't know. It's almost on the outside of our living area, because dead people have to be somewhere else, not with the alive ones, don't you think? Now, because it's going to be a different another district, yet another district, we need to have I felt like, maybe we don't, but I felt like we need to have a more efficient entrance for it. And by entrance, of course, I mean a roundabout, but I didn't feel like putting another roundabout because we have so many of them already, and we gonna just put something else instead of it that you gonna see in few seconds. Just for now, you can see just the technique that I was using, so the roads will be in the same distance from each other, and just like connecting them, so the intersection is there. Yeah, here's the technique. About the technique I was saying is that you connect them, there is an intersection, and then you get rid of some parts equally. Never mind, I'm doing it again. But there you've already seen the idea. It's not gonna be round, rather squarish, and maybe, I don't know if it makes any difference. I hope it works the same way as the roundabout works. It will work. It's like, yeah, you see, just like roads that go one direction to another, and it's like they go round but squarish, but I feel like it's the same thing, so like whatever, probably should work. And I haven't seen any issues, so it probably does work. And we will just connect things over here. And if you play this game, or you follow the news, or you live in the internet, or whatever, you probably know the news that the new patch came out. And well, if you've seen my latest video also, because with the new patch we get new European buildings, European styled buildings, and bridges, tunnels. We already had bridges, the opposite of it, tunnels. And I'm gonna use some this episode, very handy, I gotta say, very handy, so we don't have to get new intersections, or like we have this highway that goes through the city, and it is elevated, but I'm gonna leave it elevated. But here, you see, I will start using it. It was the first time, by the way, I was using the tunnels, so I'm gonna make it not, well, the first one is going to be kind of not the best that I could make, but I will fix it later. You see, I got the level too low. We don't need the tunnel be so much underground. I will fix it though. Do I have to call it fix it? It's not really a problem, right? Like, we can have it as cheap as we want, probably. I still don't know that much. And we connected them right there, not in the most beautiful way. So I was looking at this for so long. I was like thinking, well, that is not the best intersection I could make. How can I fix it? I will fix it later, but for now let's just put some more rows, because we need to get buildings, and buildings only zone right next to the roads. So it's inevitable for us to play around with road layouts. And what else? Some more roads? Wow, amazing. We put some more roads and avenues. Yes, we use 4-lane ones. Don't know if it is necessary. I don't know if there will be traffic again. This pedestrian bridge is still there and we don't connect it. Why didn't I connect it? Silly me. In the future episode, probably. Don't want to promise you anything. I might forget about it. Oh dear Lord. Now, I feel like it is time for another bridge tunnel for us. Why do I keep calling them bridges? My goodness. It's a tunnel. And it goes under the highway once again. And maybe because it makes sense for us, why else we would need tunnels? Oh, you know what we can make? We can connect like the districts that are very far away from each other, like our countryside or district with suburbia with like industry, only with one long tunnel. And so like the people who work in industry, in industrial area and live in suburbia, they will like get there much faster. Oh, I don't know any other district that I've just seen the roads there. Well, they all connected by roads, of course, but maybe it will help. Maybe it is an idea to use one big long tunnel that goes like through all the city from one corner to another. Maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's a bad one, but I want to try it out. We'll see. And still I think about the traffic. So I was playing around with one-way roads at first. Then I replaced them with usual two-way ones because I feel like I was worrying too much about the traffic. Maybe it's not gonna be that bad. You know, after my words, maybe it's not gonna be that bad. There has to be a cut where it's like everything is on fire and like there is the huge traffic. And anyways, I've put these trees on this avenue because it's like the main one, and we will probably right now end our work with the roads, and we will finally put some parks, some paths, some buildings, some new houses, and all the beautiful stuff that we need. But again, I would like to remind you about the idea. The idea is to have buildings 5-story tall, story floors, whatever. Is it in the English and the British English I use, or I don't know. It's just a mess. Anyway, the buildings that like have around 5 floors maybe, so like not that tall, but kind of like not a little whatever thing. Here's the park. You've seen? Have you seen it? It was so quick. Here's the park right in front of the castle. Beautiful. We'll work on it. We'll work on it in the future. It was in the European campus video. Whatever. Now it is a park that is called 4x16 something. 4x16 park, because 4x16 tiles. It's very long. I could have, yeah, you can say that I could have like make it on my own. You just have to put this pedestrian path and like surround it with tree lines. But this park also have benches, and we don't have the power of putting little items in this mode. Only when you create actually different lots or parks or whatever. And because we kind of have buildings that are like 5 floors each, I feel like we still gotta stick to the rules that the taller the building, the closer it is to the downtown, or not to the downtown, but to the center of our area, of our district, or whatever you would like to call it. So it's like in our central business district, downtown, whatever. You see another beautiful castle. My goodness, I just couldn't help myself. I kept on trying different things. Yes, we'll get rid of it for now, but later it may pop up there. We will have so many things here. Well, yeah, you see, for the downtown, I would like to have very tall buildings in the middle, and the further we go from the center, the lower buildings will get. And I would love if this type of idea or whatever city planning plan will work here, but it is kind of an issue for me because buildings just I just can't make them stop growing. I downloaded the mod that is called control building level or something like that, like so we can have control whether the building's gonna grow or not. You just have to mark on the panel when you click on the building. You can like how should I say this, like you can control it. Anyway, if you play it you may know the mode is called the control building level or something like that, level control. And I tried to do this, but I don't know, you just have to click on every single building, and there are like hundreds of them, and it is kind of irritating, and I can't click on everyone. It's too much, but I'm trying, and sometimes I feel like they don't listen, so I tell them, hey, you, sir, building, don't grow, and they do. They just grow. Maybe they don't, it just looks for me like they do, but I still can't find the solution. So I don't know, they just keep on growing. Maybe because I forget to click on them and prevent them from growing, or maybe there's something like that. So I'm just saying that we will have to think about it later. It might be an issue, and it is kind of right now. Here we got an interesting situation with spacing. Because of this park is squarish, once again, don't like these squares. You know, we had to give up on the symmetric layout, and I had to put it kind of not in the middle. What did I have to put? This beautiful little town hall thing, and it is so cute, right? And it is not symmetric as well, so maybe it all makes sense. It has this like clock tower, and it's beautiful, and it's not in the middle, so it can be this low. I would say it has 3 or 4 floors if we will count the clock tower. And now you see we get buildings popping up, and you know, for now we will have just these suburban little houses right there, but as I've seen on the maximum level they just become townhouses with 3 to 4 floors, and that's what we need. So maybe we just have to give them some time to grow, and they will actually become what we want them to become, townhouses. And maybe it will become townhouse district, maybe it won't. And you know what, whatever, if it won't, we will just love it anyway, because these are our creations and we gotta love them no matter what. And what else can we do over here? It is kind of annoying that they don't, you see on the panel where I was choosing a park, that they don't have icons like people. Get some icons for your creations of the Steve Workshop. Some people do, and thank you, but many don't. And I don't know if I have the right to say so, because I'm not the best at this and I haven't created anything of my own, but like, come on, do it. But this is where our episode is gonna end. Still, not that many townhouses we got this time, but I promise we will get them in the future. So please, stay tuned for that, and until next time, goodbye.